Hi, everybody. We at Fosterville South are very excited with today's news from Leviathan Gold. Just 1 week after starting to trade publicly, Leviathan has announced the startup of a large drill program at its Avoca tenement. One of the things that hits home about Victoria, Australia, is that despite extremely high-grade historic production, there has been a lack of modern exploration on many properties. And the Avoca and Timor properties owned by Leviathan Gold fit that bill. There was a lot of historic high-grade production reported, but very little to no modern systematic large-scale exploration. And that's why this news out of Leviathan Gold today about the startup of drilling has us so enthused. With that, I'll hand it over to Luke Norman, the CEO of Leviathan Gold, to tell us a bit more about their plans for Avoca and Timor and unlocking the value in what's arguably the world's most important district for high-grade gold exploration.
Yes, thank you, Brian. And thank you again to your shareholders at Fosterville that made this all possible. And as we promised, this is a very rare opportunity where an exploration company gets to lead with the drill. And having these tenements ready to go, permitted, was also a very big added bonus for us. So we're very enthused to have this drill turning. We have a second drill that we're mobilizing that we hope to have up and running by the weekend also. And as I promised and mentioned to shareholders and other press releases, etc., that we've got drill-ready targets. These are shallow, high-grade, past production adits that we're attacking. So I think we're going to have good news and lots of news coming throughout the near future and onwards.
That's great to hear. And one of the things, in addition to having a great management team and two incredible assets, is the fact that Leviathan is very well funded. With excess of $11 million in cash, Leviathan is really well positioned to unlock the value at Avoca and Timor.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Obviously, we're anticipating what we're going to see from these first core holes at Excelsior, and that will definitely decide where we go from here, whether we get more aggressive just within Avoca or whether we do move on to both sets of tenements with a multi-drill strategy. But with 30,000 meters planned, obviously shallow targets, there is going to be a lot of core and a lot of mineralization that we are hoping to encounter with this program.
Yeah, absolutely, Luke. And one of the things that I always look for is the size of the prize. And being in this part of the world is incredibly exciting because the size of the prize, the potential mineralization here, is just so significant. And we've seen a lot of very high-grade historic production in Victoria, but many of these projects like Avoca and Timor just haven't been tested in a large-scale systematic way. So for a small company to be going in aggressively, having announced a large 30,000 meter program, being very well funded to do so, having some great technical minds around the program and enthused about the geology, it's just a great combination for shareholders. And the recent weakness in the gold tape in general, I think perhaps presents an incredibly compelling opportunity for people that want some exposure through Leviathan to this high-grade part of the world.
Yeah, look, there are literally hundreds of gold showings between the two tenements. And these gold showings that are outcropping that were, in essence, shovel and picked mined back in the early 1900s are really just symptomatic of a very large gold system. So these drills are going to uncover a heck of a lot of information that is not being put together previously. And I've said it multiple times. These were postage stamp tenements back in the day. They were mined by thousands of different operators and literally pick and shovel down to water table, and that was the end of it. In 1910, 1911, most of these miners were sent off to the First World War, and this whole area became more of a more of a farming district than mining. So we are the first people literally to get in there in over 100 years and see what's going on with these gold systems. And that is truly exciting. And to reiterate, getting in there straight away with the drills, we are going to do some broad geophysics and geochemistry between both tenements as well, because who knows what's just shallow undercover that was never even found by those past prospectors.
Yeah, it's such a great jurisdiction to work within, and it's a jurisdiction you can work year round. The costs are reasonable, access is wonderful. It's really a great setting for mineral exploration, and to be the first company in Leviathan Gold that has consolidated this area, consolidated these tenements, and is in a position to tackle this with large-scale systematic exploration is really an amazing opportunity. And the one thing I think you and I have talked about, Luke, is that every geologist that we've shown this to within our team, every geologist that has visited site always ends up more and more excited as they get deeper and deeper into the information about this geological setting and these properties. And I know that the guys on our technical team at Fosterville South are exceptionally excited about Avoca and Timor. And I think you've had that experience with everybody technical that you've introduced it to as well.
Yeah, and I'll use the word again. It's symptomatic. These are literally just, these outcroppings are, very, very small showings of a massive gold system. How it all ties together, we're about to find this out. Both tenements have a linear strike length of about 15 kilometres, and these are stockwork vein clusters that are, holding untold amounts of gold. We truly don't know, but down dip, below water table, and along strike, and even outside again of those that were outcropping that are just shallow undercover, we are going to find out very soon. And my history, my background was in Nevada, Bryan, and Nevada, everything is deep undercover and it's very expensive exploration. When you do get into it, you've got about a 4 or 5 month exploration window generally, unless you go into very expensive winterized drilling. Here we're shooting at shallow targets. We've got year-round, as you pointed out, access to these projects. So it is an exciting company to own, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we get into a strong mineral system and how strong and how large that system is going to be.
Well, I love the fact that you've started to drill so quickly, Luke, after becoming a public company. So many entities out there go public, and then it's months before we start to see news flow. And this has literally been a matter of days since starting to trade on the TSX venture. From that point to today, as the drills are turning, you've just moved at light speed there. And I think that's indicative of the jurisdiction being a very friendly place to work in multiple ways. It's also a testament to the professionalism of the technical team that you've put together. And all of us at Fosterville South just can't wait to start to see the news flow from these drilling efforts. And congratulations on getting the drills turning so early. And we think this can be one of the most exciting gold situations in the exploration space anywhere in the world over the next several months.
I absolutely agree. We've seen what's happened north of us and north of yourself, of course, at the actual Fosterville mine. And this just, again, speaks to the endowment of gold within this part of Victoria. It's truly incredible that we have this opportunity where we have gold targets outcropping at surface, and we're scout drilling into known mineralization. It's exciting. And what we really want to piece together, obviously, is how we can tie it into maybe a larger disseminated gold system, or the gold system hopefully exists, but whether we can get into something larger and disseminated, or whether it's these very high grade veins, which are far from being narrow. Historically, there's 20-meter sections of, you know, greater than half an ounce material, mined out, scoped out by pick and axe. Never seen a drill hole.
Really incredible. And the fact is that you've got the drills turning months ahead of when most people anticipated these drilling efforts to start. So again, kudos to that aspect of moving quickly, of really over delivering, under promising already as a young company. And we look forward to a whole lot more information as you start to see results.
Yeah, no, thank you again to that, Bryan. And I think it talks testament to both our technical teams that we have these opportunities collectively as CEOs of these two great companies.